Hello everybody and welcome back to Screen Stars. 47 Meters Down is directed by Johan Roberts, stars Mandy Moore, Claire Holt and Matthew Modine. And it is, I suppose we can say at this stage, yet another shark movie. Um, and to be fair, I come from the generation of the godfather of shark movies, which is Jaws. And I think it's fair to say that no shark movie has ever really come close to that. But if one's got a good vibe and it's getting half decent reviews, I'll give it a watch. And this film comes into that category. Um, so I thought I would give this film a go. Now, the basic story that we have here is we have two sisters who are on holiday in Mexico. One of them is there because she's split up with her partner. And she wants to have a really exciting time to make him jealous. So they meet a couple of Mexican chaps and they invite them to go swimming with sharks the following day. Now, the older sister, or at least I think she's the older sister, is very nervous about doing this, but the younger sister says, look, it's great footage and it'll make your ex really jealous because he'll see how exciting and good a time you're having. So she agrees to it. So the following day they go out on the ocean and the ship that they're on is captained by Matthew Modine, and they see this fairly old rusty shark cage hanging on the back of the boat, and doesn't exactly fill them with confidence. But the two Mexican chaps go first. They go down in the cage, they have a ball of a time. They come back up and then it's the girls' turn, and they get ready. They get in the cage, they go down into the water. Initially it's all wondrous and wonderful, and then the cable snaps, attaching them to the boat, and they fall 47 meters down to the bottom of the ocean floor, surrounded by a great many sharks, and big bloody sharks as well, not little ones. So they've got to try and figure out how are they going to get back alive, and there's a number of problems that they have. They're running out of air. They can't just get out and swim up to the surface for two reasons: the sharks, obviously, and the second one is if you go up too fast, we're told, you'll get nitrogen in the brain and it can kill you. So they've got to try and hold fire as long as they possibly can until help arrives. And that's really all I'm going to say on this story. So needless to say, they're in a pretty perilous position. Things go wrong pretty much at every turn, every rescue attempt, every attempt they make to escape. It all kind of goes wrong. It draws the attention of the sharks, and it just continues to escalate. So, what did I think of this movie? Overall, I quite enjoyed it. I mean, there are some seriously huge plot holes that do bother you a little bit. I mean, there's one in particular where one of them has no experience of scuba diving, the other one has a little bit, and so you expect she's been on holiday or something. It doesn't expand on that. She could be an expert, but it doesn't say that. But all of a sudden, when they're down there and it all kicks off, suddenly she becomes an expert on scuba diving, and she's giving her all this information about her meter readings and what's going to happen if she goes up, and she can't do this and she can't do that, and she becomes like a scuba diving expert, which is kind of thinking, okay, I get why you're doing that to move the story along. It's things like that that just kind of niggle you a little bit, you know. And then the older sister, who's really panicking and stuff, suddenly becomes the bravest person in the world at times. They become shark experts as well. One of the sisters, you know, I say, look, if we go out here and we do this and we do that, the shark won't attack because they only attack from underneath. They don't attack from above. So if you stay there, you're all right. And I'm thinking, how do you know that? Nobody told you that. Um, I don't know that. So all of a sudden, they become experts, and essentially they're just tourists. So you do kind of get why they've got that to move the story along, but it does niggle you a little bit, but you can get past it. They build tension very well. Up to about an hour, it's minimal shark footage, nothing majorly threatening, and you kind of think it's letting me down a little bit, but it does make up for it. There is some good shark footage, tension building shark footage. I do think the director does a good job of building the tension. I think the two actresses, Mandy Moore and Claire Holt, do a very, very good job in regards to their acting. I think we felt their terror and tension. The film does kind of start off a bit movie of the week, if you like, a bit directed DVD-ish. It's very tame and lovely and, jolly and holiday-like and a bit cheesy. But when the tension starts, it's done pretty well. And I do think everybody involved, acting-wise, did a decent job here. The major problem I have with this film, and it's probably why I've dropped my score down at the end, is the ending. They do give us an ending. I thought was a pretty decent ending and a pretty impactful, brutal ending. And then they tag another one on right at the end that just annoys the hell out of you. And it would have been far better suited as a DVD extra, as an alternative ending. It shouldn't have been in the movie. It did spoil it a tad for me. So if you're looking for a fairly decent horror, shark, thriller, you won't go far wrong with this. It's not a bad movie at all, but be prepared for the ending because it is a bit of a